Grace. Right, tropical storm Etna or Etta, whatever it is called, it's here. So you hear that in the background. I guess YouTube is down. So they'll be uploaded eventually. Today is 11/11. So all right. We're going to messages, and we hopefully can hear something, and go into Q&A. So questions. There you go. Greetings. This is Archangel Michael. Blessings. Yes, you're seeing more into the mind of your world, voice through the election energies. How is, as you know, this is bringing out how many people are. It's kind of putting darkness on a pedestal, how it's controlling society. It is really showing itself. That was the main point of all of this. Of course, it does not have to go this way on your election, but it is showing a lot of darkness. It's going to go for some time because there's more to unravel. So it's not going to go on forever, but there is much there for soul lessons. You're going, yes, you're not, yes, your future is going to be the same as your past. So looking back in the past, looking for patterns isn't always going to be the easiest. There's going to be a little bits here and there, but it's going to be a lot different. Because basically you're creating your future as you go. And it's going to be difficult to look at history and see if you're repeating it, because really you're not. So, but you are seeing into the soul of humanity at this time. And much, because the world stage is watching, of course. And the world's going to be changed by this too, drastically. So, because much of your world speaks to the United States. It does work through it, like it or not. It does work through it. And hopefully you can hear me too. That's just nature call. Nature is purging itself too. It is, I'd say part of it is not happy with what's going on either, so it's releasing. That's another reason why this storm is here. So every storm has a different reason, a different purpose, of course. Yeah. Greetings. We are the Garthians. We are the Elves. Greetings to you. There is patterns that you can see where your nature, even of humanity's nature, is going. It is not always going to be the easiest currently, but some of you are actually getting much of future results, but not always aware of where things are going. Some of you feel that there's a new Earth energy coming in, and that is very much true. Much of it's coming through nature, the trees, through the vibrations. It's not always seen. That's why you got to step away from the reality that's programming society and go by what is nature telling you. Of course, you don't have to connect to future events. Well, you can look at maybe not political events, but look at the Earth events. What do you feel where things are going? It makes it easier. Get the Earth's energy, humans' energy. It's all over the place. Some people I know. But when you step out of that and you feel just nature's vibration, so everything will be all right, of course. But yes, it won't be easy for many. But if you just know yourself and just know that there's always a light with you. You can always carry a light. Your energy is a light. But as you are being yourself, others see your energy too. So they go into a panic, and then they don't have to be panicking, because there's going to be some panic energies coming soon. I think some of you understand that. as you're already going through uncertain times, it's going to maximize itself coming soon. That's all we can say with that. But once again, not to worry. Know your lights. Not to worry. So, those that are cheering in the streets might look at things a little bit differently. So, because even humans can cause their own weather patterns, as you can see. They can start their own storms. Greetings. We are the tall whites. We are the collective. Greetings to you. As yes, your Earth is getting much interesting because many of you are leaving the Earth program to go into your own mindset. You might not quite see that, or you're seeing it more actually because you're not part of the program. You'll see it as you more take your own self, your own energy seriously. I know it's a weird word to use, but believe in your own self. Be surprised what opens up around you, what you're connected to. Things become a little bit more clear, maybe not completely. Once we have to leave the Earth program, meaning you can't let all these things bother you so much. It's easy to do so, of course, but you got to step away from it. It's okay to observe, but don't let it take over your mind, as you know. Maybe you're coming into your own energy. You don't want to, not that you would mess it up, but you don't want to prolong it. You want to allow yourself to open up even more, which is also more challenging, of course. Well, that means your astral is going to connect to you more too, and dreams have become more clear over time. So blessings whenever you're ready for your questions.
Oh, greetings.
Greetings.
Blessings to you. Thank you for coming in.
Yes, blessings.
Up first this evening, we have Stephen.
Hello, tall whites.
Greetings to you.
Greetings to you. How are y'all doing?
We are doing well. Thank you.
Thank you. Much love. Thank you for being here.
Yeah.
I was wondering if you could help me with the dream I just recently had. Kind of gross, weird, but anyways, what happened is basically I was coming home from like a mission, and it seemed like I came home from a mission, and I was at home and in the living room, and I was relaxing and everything, and I had like family members or friends around, and then I just was sitting there, and I noticed like some strips, like a sticky strips on my arms, on both of my arms. I don't know if they're bandages or if I got hurt or something, but they're like white little long stickers, and so my right arm, I pulled it off, and my arm kind of acted weird, but nothing really was out of the ordinary on my right one. But then on my left arm, I went to pull off that sticker, and literally like my half of my arm came off. I was like, it was nasty, and I could literally see inside my whole arm the bone marrow, the bone, the tendons, the leg, everything. I could see inside my arm, and so I started panicking, and my family started being in shock. It's like, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? We started, I was grossed out, and I'm really not into that stuff. I don't like seeing that stuff and everything. So I started getting really scared, and so and they started running around, but then I started looking at it, and to my surprise and to everybody else's surprise, it started healing itself, like literally right in front of me. The bones started healing up, the muscles, the veins, it all started healing up right there, and everybody was surprised. Like, and then the lady that was there, she started coming closer, like, "Go, get away! I don't want you to get germs." That's what I was thinking. I don't want you to get germs while it's healing, or whatever. It's like, it's really weird. I was just wondering if you have more info on that. Thank you.
Well, part of that has to do with humanity's energy, like the unraveling of darkness. That's part of it, but the other part of it is, because it's a healing energy with your arm healing. But the other part of it shows is like a two message energy. But the other part is that you have a rejuvenation you can rejuvenate yourself. Basically, as have an arm missing or something like that and grow it back. That's just maybe a gross way to show it to you, but it was a way to get your attention. It doesn't usually go in that regard. There are realities that it does exist, but it shows that one of your lifetimes of where you've actually sometimes you do it to show it off and even scare people out to death. But sometimes they need to. That's one awakening. Then he will. Yeah, there are realities where you've actually done that to awaken people to what's going on. So, what you can say it's called like a mutant ability. Some worlds would call it that, but you have other abilities too. It's not just that; just one part of your ability. So you also have a lot of powerful telekinesis ability to connect to energies of other people, so you can know what would get their attention. So sometimes you have to do things that are kind of disgusting to get people's attention. It's like it's not part of your nature, but some people need it, as you know. So lessons.
Awesome. Thank you. And second is I'll just leave it open, connect with any energies and see if they have anything for me. Thank you.
Mm. But there's a lot of star cruisers you're connected to, actually the Zetas, of what's going on, giving them much information of the planet's energy. There's a lot of changes with the Earth that's not being given attention to for obvious reasons. That nothing's really happened dramatically, but there will be Earth changes that you're observing at this time that will occur that will take everybody's attention. So that seems like it's a while down the road, but not that far. You see erratic weather already happening. So yeah, strange anomalies with weather is something to think about. Like hurricanes where they don't normally go, things like that. It's something to wonder about because those timelines do exist, and some of them might actually start occurring, and they are occurring right now, but on a quieter, it's not so in depth. So we'll leave it at that. Blessings.
Blessings. Thank you.
Okay, very interesting. Up next, we have Emmy.
Hey, how are you?
Yes, greetings to you.
Greetings. I was just wondering if you guys have any messages for me from your collective.
Well, it seems that your timeline is going where it needs to go. As difficult as it might be to continue to do what you feel is right, but it seems like it's going to the path that is necessary. But of course, do everything in your power to change things or whatever comes to mind. But it seems like you're being directed to a new direction, and you will know where that is probably by the end of the week or the end of this month. So,
Oh, good.
So yeah, nothing at the end of the world or anything like that, but it seems to be you are being drawn to a direction that's most useful for you, or it's like somewhere you need to go. They're not going into details. It's very cryptic at this time.
Okay.
Well, it's called the future. That's why. Yes.
Okay. I had some dreams recently, two dreams just recently. The night before last, I was having a vivid dream. I was going into a huge conference of some sort, and Donald Trump was there, and I was sitting, getting my seat down. He scooted my desk or table over to next to where he was sitting, and then he kind of plopped down a laptop and told me to sit and don't move. And I was starting to work with him. And then the following night, I had a dream with Eric Trump, where he was actually it was like a romantic interest, but then it was involved in this scenario also where there's a lot of like dystopian, post-apocalyptic mishmash of also some military activity. So it was weird.
There are realities where Trump is like a king, not necessarily of a negative nature, but is of a king. Not necessarily a dictator. Others might not like him, call him a dictator, and you're connected to different scenarios where others are like, yes, destroy their world because they can't stand them. Well, some would. They want to go to that extent, but some would really do that. But yeah, it shows that how you're interconnected with that family bloodline. They just, I believe, you married into it previous. incarnations. So, but you're much more than that, as you're kind of keeping them together astrally. So there's an astral government. I believe also they want to change this current government system, as you can see. I believe that's part of what's going on at the time. You say it's all part of the plan, at least in an astral state. What happens is unknown on our side. We're just here to watch. But there's a possibility of really changing the government's energy, if not now, eventually. But most likely it will happen in your lifetime of some form or another. So, yeah, so expect drastic changes.
That sounds great. Thank you very much.
Yeah, it's anything better what you have right now. Yeah.
Thank you. That's great. Blessings.
Blessings.
Very true. All right. Up next, we have Logan.
Greetings.
Yes, please.
I have another dream question.
Mm.
I was on the road in a sleeping bag next to my house, and there were fences on the left side of this road, and I kept falling asleep in the dream, but I woke up in time to move away from a car that was coming toward me, and I got up on the fence, and I turned to my left to see the houses, and there was this giant tornado of like water or snow, and inside this were 3 giant orange orbs maybe 500 feet away from me, and they flashed 3 times and then shot up into the sky. I'd like to know, what message do the beings operating that ship have for me?
Well, you were shifting timelines. That's why you missed that car that was going to hit you. Meaning that was kind of like an attack from this reality, trying to stop you from. And you were going to miss it anyway, but it was like a guard for this reality to keep you here. It's like you got to like cross the border. It's like you went into the United States or Mexico. And they almost caught you.
Cool.
So again, that. But the beings, yeah, showing that obviously they are around assisting. They are very much working with your energy. So just, yes, it will all work out in the long run where things are going. But yes, the galactics are actually very much involved. They're not talking about it. So yeah, they're more connected to what's going on ever before, actually. That's why they kind of show that they're sending you their light. That's all they can say, of course. So,
Very cool.
yes.
My second question is, are there any messages from my spirit guides?
There are some roadblocks ahead, at least with how the world teaches, how it's very misguided currently, as you can see. So you'd be teaching yourself a great deal of your own skills, we believe, not necessarily part of the school systems, and feeling more successful than if you went through the school system itself. So where that goes, you won't know. There's things that you can do right now to achieve your own goals. And you'll feel much happier than going by the system that's teaching everybody at this time, whatever route that is for you. So I believe you know. Yeah, blessings.
Thank you. Blessings.
Okay, thank you. Up next, I have Omran's questions he asked me to read. His first question, he says, are there any messages from my guides?
One moment. There's a lot of Orion energies he's been connected to recently, it seems. But I see himself clone in other realities at this time as a teacher, as a school teacher actually, but of the magic arts. And in this world, he's gathering information from this world and giving it to his other versions of himself, of what kind of knowledge, magic he's learning from this world. So he might feel like if he feels like he's lightheaded or anything, it means that he's connecting to his other versions of himself at that time. And sometimes it's hard to think from what we see. So that's all we have for that.
Thank you. His second question, since I have started a manifestation project, I have been seeing repetitive numbers everywhere. It's unbelievable how many of these numbers appear in front of me daily. What could it possibly indicate, and are they from my guides?
Well, yes, they are from your guide. This is a combination of what you're doing to bring this manifestation together. Like every number has a different code to it. At the time when that number shows up, it's basically it's kind of like he's going through a maze to get what he's looking for. So it's even timelines he's changing and healing and opening up. It's a lot of he's doing a lot of soul transformation at this time, and it's being allowed to happen before there's a lot of guards to it. So yeah, I feel like he will accomplish what he's here to accomplish. It will take some time, but I believe he's on the right track though. Overall.
Blessings, thank you. Next, we have Silverclaw.
Hello there.
Yes, greetings.
Greetings. My first question. Will the last water filter that I bought be good for filtering the water where I live? Like for drinking?
Yeah, it should be good enough. Yes.
It's good enough? Oh, cool.
Yes.
Sweet. How about the bidet that I bought? Will that solve my bathroom issues?
Oh yes, definitely. Yes. You'll
Okay,
feel better.
cool. All right. Question 2. Any messages for me?
Well, you see, your entrepreneur self is going to get more advanced over time in the next few years, as you'll feel more. Even what you're doing, you'll feel more safe. But right now, you're still wondering where things are going. But there'll be a time when you feel comfortable with it. We don't have to worry so much, because a lot of laws are being changed, and will continue to change over. So,
Do you kind of think about like my job? Is that kind of like what you mean by that?
No, about your other job, for your side project.
Mm-hmm.
Your job is up in the air still.
Right. Okay.
So.
Well, what did you mean by walls changing? Did you just like mean it as like cryptic? It's like for me to interpret it.
Walls change. We didn't say that. No, we did not say that.
That's okay. I'll just rewind it. Thank you.
Yes.
Blessings.
Okay, thank you.
The laws are changing.
Yeah, the laws changing.
The law.
Oh my God, I totally understand what you mean now. Thank you.
Okay, all right, thank you for that. Up next, we have Andrew.
Greetings.
Yeah, it's great to you.
I have a weird question. So when I was younger, I was working at Walgreens, a pharmacy, and I had an encounter that I thought was an extraterrestrial at the time, but I don't know. Do you have any like insight into that potentially?
Oh, you felt a visit or energy that was around you, or
yeah, just one of the customers that came in.
Yeah, that's true. No, that interesting. Yeah, it's like a walk-in. Yes, that one was very obvious too. Usually not that obvious.
Yeah, I just like it was pretty undeniable, but I didn't.
Well, from our point of view, it feels reptilian, but that we could be wrong about that.
It could be what? I'm sorry.
We see reptilian energies there with that.
Interesting. Very cool.
Yeah, it feels like a reptilian that just didn't care. People knew what it was. Nobody's gonna pay attention anyways.
Right. No, that's how I felt because I thought, well, I would never judge anybody, so they probably just didn't care.
I don't think they even noticed it that their energy was that obvious. But,
wow. Okay. Interesting. My other question, I guess, was just any general messages or messages from my guides, I guess.
So now for you to see something like that, it's rare. It might happen again. We're not sure when, but your connection even to data are very powerful. And
okay.
In all beings, but I feel like the data is the strongest at this time.
Is there anything I should know? Like you're saying, if it happens in the future?
Oh, if you send something like that, just do what you did last time. There's not that much you can do with that.
Cool.
And just feel it out. Yeah, just feel it out. See what you get from it, energy-wise. That's all. If you want to confront the person, that's up to you. Give me some random question that you just come up. Part of you might say, talk to that person. Others say, don't even bother. So you gotta listen to yourself. Sometimes it's better just stay away. So not that they're gonna do anything harmful, but it's just better overall. So to give you a more information, yes, another reason why the storm was here is some of that government. Now that wasn't, but it gives you an idea how government works too. I mean, entities that work with the government. So
That makes sense because they don't get how obvious they can be either.
yeah, they don't. Because they're not. It's not part of the program. They're not telling people to look for something like that.
Yeah, true.
A lot of it's in the NSA. It's different places. The NSA is a strong alien energy. Definitely. So
I could see that.
well, because it's watching humans, it's studying them, it's keeping an eye program. Because they study humans, but also that's part of the program, so they know where the trends are, so they know what to put into the news, what for them to say. So that's what has a lot to do with. That's why they do what they do. so lessons.
Cool. Thank you.
Okay, blessings. Thank you. Up next, we have Retro.
Greetings, hello.
Yes.
My first question is if I have any messages from my guide at the moment.
It seems a lot of Saturn energies. It seems like you've been going to Saturn, was the asteroid for knowledge of what's, and also to rebuild your energy. Sometimes your energy gets depleted here. It seems like a safe place that you go, so you don't get distractions. It's almost like you go to Saturn. It's like there's like a wall of televisions. It's not. It doesn't look like that, but it's kind of like, because when you're on this world's astral, you get attacked a lot. But if you go to Saturn, you go to places where you can't be found. Let's put it that way. That's why it feels so drained. Well, yeah. This is the battlefield. So yeah, this is yes, you're Vietnam. You're galactic. Bombs, and energy bombs. Yeah, all kinds of stuff's going on. Yeah, so more of that will be clear.
Yeah, I feel like I've been kind of almost trained to become a weapon because of, like, I'm getting into so much heat or something.
Well, I feel, yeah, you're here to defuse a weapon, is what I see.
Yeah.
But yes,
okay. Yeah, I have been kind of drained lately, and that's one of the questions I wanted to ask. There's this kind of guy I've been working with lately, I'm working with a community as well, that this guy seems kind of going in a strange path. I'm wondering what the long-term or short-term vision I have working with him.
It seems like it'll be how long? Seems like a short term. What we see, maybe a couple months, and then you'll get burned out, or both of you get burned out.
It just seems to be going down a strange hole lately, so I don't know if you see.
Yeah, that explains it. Well, he has a lot. This person has a lot of AI energies around him.
Mm-hmm.
So he's not always aware of it. He's connected to a lot of things that you need to know about, it seems. There's something there you need to know.
I feel like it's true. But at the same time, this kind of got weird today, so I don't know if it's going to shuttle work or something. So
yeah, do that. Yeah, because that can. Yeah, because that energy can attack you sometimes, or it already has.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay. So, thank you.
All right.
Hey, thank you. Up next, we have Daria.
Hello there.
Thanks.
Thank you for the messages coming through. And I'm not wondering anything, so you have to just maybe give me something from your point of view. That would be nice to hear.
Well, the lockdown that's going on, look at it from an alien's point of view. I believe more of the alien beings are moving in more. They're doing something. They're doing things. So I believe they put up, not for negative reasons. I mean, some of them are doing it for that. But there's a timeline shift going on at this time. So
I
you are,
remember
yes, go ahead.
I remember being in astral and going to the politics and saying that it's going to be a rehearsal. Also, what is about to happen, and we need to make something like a movement like that happening.
Yes.
See what kind of people react in this kind of situation, and kind of monitor them throughout the total globe, of course, and then have point of view from there. That's what I remember from one of my astral travels.
Yes. This has to do with actually alien contact. They are setting things up. They're actually closing out all the timelines, but nothing's going to be noticed on a physical scale. But it is quietly being done. So it is part of the awakening, but we just believe more alien beings are moving around right now. Of course, they're not going into detail, but yes, they are working on. It will be for a couple months too, especially in Europe. We're talking about Europe when we say this.
I think lately there been so much energies around, and people don't understand what's going on, and they're being like seeking God, and even
yes, of course
and they're like praying, and they calling us, but those who believe in aliens, they're around, that we are seeking devils and demons, which is really funny.
Well, I guess it depends on how you look at it, because there are reptilian beings that are trying. Some of them are actually trying to be seen right now and don't care anymore. And there are Arcturians that are working on to keep them hidden. So if people feel like there's a devil around, that's probably them, or the reptilians see the devil. Give you some insight of that.
I wouldn't mind. I've seen.
But those are the fear. Some of them are getting reptilian visits right now to keep them in fear. So.
Yeah.
So.
Any other messages with my lockdown forecast? What you see me in the future?
Well, also, yes, going into the winter, I believe you've also been a snow queen in your previous life.
Yeah, I'm frozen.
Yes, we see you frozen. Yes, frozen person, but yeah, this is why you can handle the weather. Well, you've also been a person that can change the weather. I think you already know this.
Yeah.
And so you're a snow queen is,
I love
kind of like in your castle alone.
Hello.
Nothing to do.
That's amazing. I mean,
yeah. So that's kind of like the Snow Queen's, the curse of the Snow Queen. We don't look at it that way, but it does seem like, because it can get kind of lonely. Because you freeze things up for a reason.
Any hobbies? Well, thank you.
Yes.
And have a cool channeling.
Yes.
Blessings.
Okay, thank you. Up next, I have Braden's questions he asked me to read. His first question: are there any messages for me from the Tall Whites?
Yeah, so there's a space station you were connecting to in Astral, or in the fourth dimension was the Astral. With a lot of timelines are shifting. There's a lot of monitors around. One of them does have Trump on there as a change, as all alien, or a lot of them are keeping an eye of what's going on this time, because some leaders are bringing in a major timeline shift. So there is going to be a lot of alien interference and changing things that have not been the normal. So let's go by what you feel, how things are going. Believe you are safe overall, what you're doing. Just continuing your path that you feel right for you, of course. So just believe in yourself. That's all. That's it.
Thank you. His second question: are there any other messages? I was curious about the possible potential my neighbor friend and I have for a relationship of some sort. We are at a different stage of life, but the connection is there.
Just keep a conversation going. Just take it super slow. There's no rush anyway, but the slower you go, the better you have better results. So you just know more about each other. There's a lot of fear. That's why. So, which is understood. That's normal. Blessings.
Blessings. Up next, we have Liz.
Hello.
Greetings.
Greetings. So, can you give me an update? What's been going on with me in Astral?
A lot of it's guarded at this time. I'm not sure if you're seeing the future that clearly, but it seems like you're under top secret connection at this moment. You're very guarded at this time. It's like you're more in stealth mode at this moment of the Earth, of where it's going. So you're part of I would call it like a hidden timeline. Of course, a lot of timelines are hidden, but one that is going to directly impact the Earth in a positive way, but one that people aren't seeing. So, if that's helpful at all.
Okay, so all of these theater is transitional, I guess. It's happening
Yes,
now.
this is all propaganda from the 1940s. The world's going right now.
Yeah, it's like a deja vu.
It's the wizard people again.
Yes.
If you need a hint.
Oh, they. I think they're being attacking me or trying to attack me a lot here with,
Of course.
people.
Well, they want to see what you're doing. They can't see what you're up to. They're kind of jealous. They have no idea what you're doing. They can't see what you're doing. You seem like you become more transparent, Rissa. Meaning they can't see you in that regard. So they know you're up to something. They can't figure out what. Because there's just clues. A lot of them are clues of what's going on, and nobody, even the aliens don't even know what's going on. Some don't. Some do. Most don't. So, the ones that do know what's going on are very not saying anything. So.
Yes, I guess it's not time to say anything. It's time to be silent right now.
Oh yeah, they can't.
It's the silent majority. Remember?
Well, they have to be quiet for obvious reasons because they just have no choice. So
you can't spoil the surprise.
Exactly.
So
it's not a malicious reason.
No, not malicious. It's just so it doesn't get
tampered with,
really destroyed.
It's very protected. It's going to be unseen for some time, though. Yes, so that's all we can say.
Yes, just hope we have a peaceful transition.
Well, that seems to be far in the past at this time. So expect humans to get, erratic, out of control. Those that are easily programmed, and you've already seen them in the cheerful moments they had recently.
Yes.
They're the ones going to be the easiest ones to set off, unfortunately.
Yes, I have been experiencing this with people around me. Until I explain to them, hey, it's your frequency. You have to. I actually experienced it myself when I tuned into the television show just to see one of the news shows to see what was going on that other side because I don't really watch those shows. And immediately, it's like my mind started to drift to the other side, and I saw that.
Yes.
I sensed myself saying, "Wow, that's what they do. It's so deceiving. It's horrible."
Even those that are in the news that, like, they're just up and coming, a blogger, and they're part of the system. It is all elite energy. They plant their people everywhere. They look like the everyday man. And then
yes, but they are not aware. They are really not aware what's going on with them.
No.
At all.
Some, or some do and no longer exist, or the establishment takes them out, depending. So, like Breitbart, that one became more aware of what was going on. No, they weren't too much, and got removed.
Yes, but until we change that vehicle, that medium of frequency, I don't think we can do much for these people.
No,
It's
you
we
just
got to
don't
change
worry about
that
it.
frequency.
Just continue with yours and not worry about theirs. Yes,
Yeah.
there's always going to be a divide in some way. It's just you're going to see it more from where it's coming from.
Mm-hmm.
And it's very vicious. It's well, the beings that are doing this are fearful, obviously. Why would they put all this effort into it? Yeah, they don't want to lose control. So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. So,
Yeah. Oh,
so,
thank you
yes.
for guiding us
Yes.
here too.
Yes, blessings.
Thank you.
It's definitely blessings. Next we have Chris.
Greetings.
Yes, greetings.
Hopefully I word this right. I was wondering why I struggle with seeing in the non-physical.
That means you're not seeing anything in the non-physical. Well, it's not. Well, you go by your feelings. Things are well. You got to give it time. Well, the non-physical doesn't always want to be seen either.
Okay.
You give it time. It's you're clearing out your energy at this. Some of it can be a little bit heavier than you can handle. So just let it. Just continue to connect with it. It will open up over time. And it's not the main thing right now. Knowing who you are is more important. Knowing your energy, you're not being pulled into darkness. So things will open up over time.
Okay. Thank you. And I guess if you have any messages from my guides.
It seems like you're here to change timelines for yourself and for others, but I feel like a lot of timeline changes are coming to you eventually. Soon. Well, eventually. They're not skimming, but anytime if you feel like a change is coming or some kind of direction, it seems like there's some door opening for it. It might be just spiritually. They're not saying exactly what it is. It's up to you. But just like you're going through some kind of life change, it's going to start increasing very shortly. What we see.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, blessings. Thank you. Up next we have James.
Hello.
Yes, greetings.
I was wondering if you could tell me about my Archangel lifetimes in Pluto or Mars.
Well, on Pluto, I believe you actually appeared there, but you didn't appear with all the wings and everything. You just appeared as a regular person, and you were assisting. You're talking to people like they're normal people. Then you would disappear whenever you felt it means to do so. That was on Pluto. On Mars, I believe you just stayed out of being seen, but you were assisting. I see your energy around children mostly, protecting them, because it was a harsh environment. It's almost like growing up in a third world country for some. So it was very like Afghanistan. It was very rough. So see your energy much around that, so they can find health and find who they're, what's best for them. It was not easy though. Like Mars has been around for some time though. But,
I see. And can you tell me about this girl with red hair? She's like a classmate I knew a few decades ago, and is that actually her I'm seeing in my dreams, or is it Artemis or like an alien friend?
Oh no, it's her. She seems to be going through a lot at this time. The two of you have been soulmates in a previous incarnation. Seems to be one that's kind of reaching out for help, at least astrally. So I don't think even astrally really connected to her that long for that length of time, but it seems like she's going through a lot of suffering at this time, so that's why she's coming up. So you're assisting the best you can on an astral level. I don't think it's going to happen physically from what we're seeing. It's not necessary. So there's just a lot of fear around that person from what we see.
Okay, thank you. Up next we have Tristan.
Greetings, tall whites.
Yes, greetings to you.
Thank you for the white in my beard, by the way. I'm just looking at my
Yes, of course.
Yeah. Um, we were speaking on past encounters, and it reminded me of time I was in Portugal, and I was at this gypsy fair, and I looked up, and there was this kind of short guy with very, very dark eyes, and there was this like feeling of dread, or like I was looking at something evil, just in this one person. And could you explain what that was?
Yeah, it was a lower dimensional being that was there. It was like a possession from a lower astral being. This person wasn't able to release because of their own darkness. So, yeah, there's just an attachment that's not going to leave anytime soon, it seems.
Okay. Was there any reason that why I saw it, or would I mean?
Well, you're of a different frequency. Most people aren't going to notice it.
Ah, okay.
So you saw it for what it was, and it's probably other things you're probably best off you didn't see. Like if the thing had wings, which it does.
Okay. Good.
So,
okay. At the time, now that would be cool, but at the time, yeah, I could see that.
yeah, maybe, yeah.
But the second question on that subject, which is my question that I ask a lot, is that I'm going along here in my ordinary life, and you know, Ivan is the weirdest thing that goes on for me, which I love. But it's all theoretical, and I go, yeah, I believe in all this, but I don't see anything. My life is so ordinary. I have no third eye that's open. I don't, I walk around. I'm enjoying my life a lot more, and I've been taking walks in nature, and just I cry at the drop of a hat at how beautiful things are. But it's like nothing else is happening. So, am I going to start seeing more or experiencing more of a non-physical life? Okay.
Well, it's just that your energy field has gotten a lot better, and that's important. You can get through life easier than you did before, from what we see. As there's a lot of intriguing energies, may not be able to see everything yet, but it's part of your. It's not time yet, but part of you is not really ready to believe it, or you do believe it, but it's not ready. It's not going to fit in your life. What is it going to do in your life if it did happen to show up? We do see it will happen eventually, yes. We don't have a time frame of that. I believe you'll feel more connected next year than you do this year. This year, everything's the program is being deleted, you could say. And it's during this deletion, you might see things every once in a while or feel it. It's more on a feeling level than a seeing. So, just give it
that. Give it time. Yep, that sounds perfect.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Yes, lessons.
Okay, thank you. Up next, we have Marvin.
Greetings. I've been last 2 days. I've been seeing this hawk when I've been working it, and it's been at the same, I guess, street light when I leave work, and it's a prominent hawk. I'm trying to figure out what's the message and what's been going on. My first question.
Well, to protect her at this time. Well, it shows that there is a light at the end of the tunnel, but basically your Earth there's a lot of alien beings actually that you are connecting to. Like some of them in your connections, feel like they brought in a lot of the Orcarian beings. They brought a lot of these rules on this planet that are now being broken. So
No. The reason why I said it because at the same time, during I take my breaks, this hawk is on the same street light, and it looks down, and when I leave, it took off and stuff. So it's like,
it's
last 2
talking to
days.
you.
Well, what's the message, and what do I need to, I guess, relate to it, or was it trying to relate to me at this moment?
Well, it just is connected to your energy. That's all. It's just a being that is part of your spirit energy. You can say there's nothing. It's There's nothing really you
Was
can
it
do under physical.
is it the goofiness and the awkwardness? Is the way that I be going in this type of dimension now?
Well, yeah, the world's shifting at this time, so yes, they're.
I guess it would be beings that would be kind of silly and stuff. Okay, I could take that because when I seen it when I was going on my break around 11:30, it had his head cocked and it had his eye, like if you was looking towards a prey, and it was a pretty big hawk where I work at. You know, does it has a name or anything I can connect with?
Not saying anything at this time. One moment. It is just one that's. It just seems like it's just watching over you. That's all it's saying at this time. It's like
Can
an
you
old
relate?
friend, you can say.
Well,
So,
can you relay a message that I noticed it, and if this is an ascension in my awakening, that I give I give respect and homage to it, that this awakening, if this is a part of a test and stuff, I understand. If this was part of a test for me to understand.
yes, it's well. I believe you already told it that already. But yes,
Okay.
it knows more about you than you know about it. So yeah.
Okay.
So
For my
it's guiding you. You can say yeah.
okay, for my second message, I'm getting guided to the Cherokee Nation, I guess, Native Americans, and I don't know the guy that I worked with and stuff, and I've been wanting to try to do, I guess, a powwow or a sermonic, uh, I guess, smoke lodge and stuff like that. And if this the type of route that I need to take and stuff, and do I need to go through my friend Danny and stuff? But what type of message I'm getting from Cherokee and stuff?
Well, it's
That
awakening past lives for you. It doesn't mean you have to go in that direction now, unless you. I mean, you're on a whole another lifespan. So, if you feel like you need to go in that direction, you might entertain some of their rituals, but for the most part, most likely you'll go into the direction that works for you. But yeah, there's a past life connection there that you're healing at this time. It seems.
okay, but if I deal in the rituals and stuff like that, as far as like meditation, well, I wanted to do uh, what they would call, I guess, a smoke lodge where they would have like a awaken, well, more like it would be like a more clear connection, I guess, with grandfather rocks that they heat up and stuff like that. And I just wanted to try to see and stuff. I'm trying to get more clarity and stuff like that because sometimes everybody might not get the message, you know what I'm saying, in the way that they keep getting repeated, and sometimes there might be another new method that needs to be done to try to get another opening. I'm trying to understand it. Do this need to be done through the Cherokee Nation as far as through a shaman?
Well, if your heart is set for that direction, then yes, it's up to you. But yes, it will open up new channels for you. It will connect you to new people. So if that's the way you want to go, there's nothing wrong with it. So it seems like there's a part of you that wants to heal a recent lifetime, where you felt like you didn't fulfill your mission. So it seems like there's a part of you that wants to explore that side of yourself again.
So will that help me, or will that detour from me from my?
Oh, it will help. It won't deter anything. Yeah, it'll give you a different point of view. That's all.
I'm getting it now and stuff. I'm just feeling I need to I need to get awakening, more like a slap in the face from a different ethnicity, if you can understand what I'm trying to say
Yes.
right now. It's that because the stuff that I've been going along with, maybe I'm not coherent, or some people could just be dead to the message and stuff like that. And I understand it, you know what I'm saying, with each and different channel that you guys have to me and stuff like that. Or maybe I need to try something different, Ain't nothing wrong, dyslexic people learn different, and maybe it could be dyslexic people in spirituality and channeling and stuff. So maybe I need to try something to maybe just wake me up, slap me upside the head, and be like, okay, well, now you got it now.
Yes, of course. So,
Okay,
blessings.
blessing.
Okay, up last this evening is me. Thank you again for coming in.
Dreams.
You mentioned in your opening message that about walking away from the program, and that's where I'm at. With the 9 to 5 program that I have running in my life. For the time being, it's working for me. But when they ask us to come back to the office and wear masks all day, I don't see myself conforming to that. So I'm looking to see something of a timeline where I'm more independent from the program. But looking deeper into what I'm trying to do, I'm kind of confused as if I want to be an entrepreneur, if there's like something grander mission that has some value, greater than making money, in store for me. So I'm looking to see if you or my guides have any messages on that.
Well, there is a mission. It's just that you're in the process of setting it up. So obviously, I wanted to interfere too much with your livelihood, but that's up to you. But you will find a new direction of your how to live. So yes, you can say yourself going into more of a shaman type of point of view.
Yeah, because I have like things and abilities that activated, but things that I can do, but that I've never even heard about in fiction, and I'm not quite sure how they translate into what the people here are, are requesting or need, or how I can fulfill a need, So I'm just not able to find a practical use for them in this timeline where I'm at right now. So it's kind of confusing. So
Well, there's nothing to rush into. Yes, it's going to be a test with your current situation, your job, but I feel like you will be put to your breaking point and decide where to go. But it's good to have a plateau, a direction of where to go before you
yeah,
do that.
I'm not looking to ride out that timeline that long. I've done that before where I was forced to make a change, and I'm trying to be a little proactive. But I guess it's just gonna have to ride it out, because that's when things kind of activate in my head, and that's when I get the message.
Well, yeah, it feels like you're kind of part of you wants to jump the gun right now, but it's not ready yet from what we see. That's why there's
Yeah.
a confusion's there. So you don't want to do anything too soon to really lower your vibration. Actually,
Right, right. Yeah, I get that feeling. All right, thank you for that. My second question, I just leave it open to see if my guides have any messages for me.
yes, you are in a I would call it almost a paradox timeline where yes, there's uncertainty. There's a lot of uncertainty. You see all these timelines like you're a room. There's all these different timelines, like they're all doorways of which way to go. And it's like which door do I open? So it's kind of like you wait a little bit for the door to open itself. At least in your energy, it's like, okay, this is where I need to go. So right now you're like in that place of change. It's just it hasn't happened just yet. It's like when someone gets an idea for a business, you have the idea and it might take some time to build. So you're in the process of forming a thought, you could say.
Right, right.
So like, the words are coming in, but nothing's ever pieced together. Just not just yet, because you need to be where you're at right now. That's why.
Yeah, I get that feeling. I know I was just kind of worried if I was kind of avoiding the answer that I already have perhaps inside of me, but yeah, it just seems like it's not the right time. That's the feeling I get.
Yes, it's just not. I mean, yes, many want change, which is understood because there's a lot of darkness on the world, of course. We'll go live out in nature, but you're needed in in this environment. You're needed where you are. That's where all the energies are so thick. This is where the war is, you can say. So.
All right, understood. All right, well, thank you. Blessings to you.
Blessings to all of you. Blessings to all. So much love.
Hey, can I do a healing?
Sure.
Thank you, Ivan. Thank you, everyone. Eu, isso, du anisureska suggestomatial, ilche orentiora sisturentia, e sirentira, siaturitica, estora montata, Sidona hade suroti osatae anaso hiransa eturqua iskiratur militator emasale chekur kir santiado meshare ilsitiano he urskua your Quran is ton chadokialia where see me turikia und Ae hi ho ha eondoka ae montatae suchatuikin toa kanta.
All right, thank you. I felt very Native American actually. So, all right, this is in one. All right.